All right, welcome back. Our guest is Ifai Madu, a lead software developer with over a decade of experience in AI, web development, and digital innovation. Yes.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you look techy with your glasses anyway. Okay, well,
Thank
looking at the concept of Nigeria now, we know ourselves as giant of Africa in the sentence, right?
Yeah.
And then we know it as a country filled with potentials and so much, talent and all of that. But so far, so good. We always talk about these things, that we have potentials, we have resources, but it has not translated to anything. Whether tangible or intangible, nothing to actually hold on to. Why is that?
Well, thank you very much for that question. In my opinion, the problem we're having is the willpower. If we have the willpower first, we'll take the first step. The second issue I think we're having is the enabling environment. All the government needs to do, all we need to do is support these people a little. And no doubt we have the resources, we have the talent, we have the people that can do these things. But taking that first step is the problem. And there's the fear of, if I take this first step, who's going to support me? So it goes both ways, right? If we can get the enabling environment and then the willingness to take that first step, we can take it from there.
Okay, so what do you see as the biggest structural gap holding Nigeria back? Is it capital? Is it leadership? Is it structural? What is the really big problem here?
Okay, so we're speaking in terms of adaptation to AI, right?
Yes, so
okay.
yes.
All right, so in my opinion, the structural gap is like I mentioned, the willingness, first of all, right? We're lagging behind. Honestly, I have to say that. We're lagging way behind in terms of AI. The world is evolving really, really fast, and Nigeria is not there yet. We need to incorporate AI into our educational system. I've been an advocate of this for a while. This is what I've been doing. Back then in Benin City, before I left Nigeria, I was a lead in Facebook developer circles. And even back there, we were trying to encourage the government of Edo State then to incorporate technology generally. The buzz then wasn't AI, it was digitalization, getting people in, offering trainings. We're not doing that yet. Our current curriculum, our current educational curriculum is way behind. We're teaching students to memorize instead of teaching students to be able to think critically and solve problems. That's the major gap.
This is deep. But then looking at your record, you've trained people like globally, you've trained leaders, you've trained them worldwide.
Yeah.
Now, considering the power of human capacity, how important is it that we harness this human capacity development in Nigeria? You mentioned the first issue, which is the will. But I do think my own reservation is that we have the will, but we just need to like segregate those that are not giving us the resources to actually, fine-tune our will. So how important is this human capacity development?
It's essential. Like you said, some people have the will, right? But the first thing we need to do is education, right? To educate them. Many people have the will. Yes, they want to do things, but they don't even know how. We're talking about resources. I mentioned enabling environment, but the truth is, beyond the enabling environment, there are some free things that people can use. There are some free AI applications that people can use. So if we start from sensitization, right? Let us sensitize them. I remember back then we're doing computer appreciation. We should look at having something like AI appreciation, which is more like an introduction to AI. Just the basic one, the very basic. The likes of ChatGPT is free out there. There's the free version. We've got Claude, it's free. We've got Google Gemini, which is free. There's a paid version, but the free will do a lot for you, but most people don't know. People get shocked when I tell them the things that these things can do, these applications can do. Very creative, but free. We can start from there. So sensitization is key.
Okay, so speaking of sensitization, what also mindset shift do Nigerians need to have? In terms of mindset shift and key skills to drive real progress?
Yeah, in my opinion, the mindset shift we need to be evolving. We need to have the growth mindset. It's essential. I still study. I've been in this software development for over 10 years. I still study. You have to have that mindset, the willingness to learn. You have to want to improve yourself. It's essential. You can't take that away, especially in the world of AI. You need to have that probing mindset. You want to question. You just don't want to take what's given to you. You want to ask why. You want to know the hows and the whys. If you have that mindset, that's the good place to start, and then move on from there.
Okay, so now let's talk about national policies and responsibilities, okay? You've worked in peace and conflict management, and we understand very well that insecurity is a major problem to having access to economic resources. So how can you say, can you answer this like very directly? Can a nation truly prosper without addressing these internal conflicts? Because when we talk about tech and all of these evolutions, it still has a root cause, and we really need to address it. So can a nation really prosper? I mean, with all of the citizens and the talent you're talking about with the prospect, can it truly prosper with this internal conflict arising?
Well, a nation can prosper, can. It makes it more difficult, but it can. We don't need to wait until there's the perfect environment or the perfect time. The perfect time will never come. We have to make do what we have. It's sad, really, but this is where we are, and we need to move on, right? We can't sit back and say we won't make any progress just because there is no peace because of the insecurity and all of that. The insecurity is here. Someone else is fighting it. Will you wait for them to finish before you start yours? No, start yours. And then when the environment is better, you excel from there. So a nation can make progress. Maybe not as much progress as it would have if there was peace, but I don't think there'll ever be peace in the world generally.
Okay, speaking of peace and opportunities, Nigeria has one of the largest youth population. How can young people harness their skills to sort of fit into the trends? Because as much as we say, yes, you want young people to learn some of these skills, you realize that a lot of young people are disenfranchised in terms of poverty levels where they live, access to internet and things like that. So what are the ways that young people can really aspire to some of these opportunities?
Okay, thank you for that question. The truth is, it still boils down to personal interests. We all have this environment. We've all seen that there's really literally no support, right? But if you have that growth mindset, you want to learn. These young people we're talking about, these youths we're talking about, they're on social media. It doesn't take you much more to post on internet than to query a ChatGPT application. To post a video on TikTok costs you more data than even asking ChatGPT a question or doing a little bit of research online. So it's about the willingness. And then again, the sensitization. If we want to look at the power of government, for example, there are programs that can come in. For example, our educational system, as it were, doesn't have anything to introduce people to AI. I'm talking about AI appreciation, digital appreciation. We don't have that. If we have just simple things, people like what I do personally is I train people. I like to just train people for free, just to train and educate people, let people know these things. If we have more people doing that, I think that's a good place to start.
Okay. Unfortunately, our curriculum is practically outdated. I would just say it's dead.
Massively outdated.
So now, if you're going to talk about opportunities that you see and think should be created for this demographic, which is the youth, what opportunities do you think are there available for the youth to grab?
The opportunities are endless.
Can
The
you name them?
opportunities are endless. In fact, there's this belief I have that where there is a problem, there's an opportunity. The more problems you have, the more opportunities you have. Out there, almost every company is already beginning to adapt to AI and digitalization, but in Nigeria, a lot of companies haven't done that yet. That's an opportunity for our youths. That's a problem, and that's an opportunity. All they need to do is learn the basic, the very basic. You'd be shocked, you'd be amazed at how much you can do right now with agents, AI agents, for example. With simple English, if you can just give an AI agent a simple English, you'd be amazed at what they can create. You present that to a business here in Nigeria, and you'll be shocked at how much you can make from it. So there are massive opportunities here in Nigeria. The more problems we have, the more opportunities we have.
Well, speaking from your experience, because you've also worked abroad, how can Nigeria learn from emerging economies that have been able to transform the economy through technology? What are the critical lessons that we need to be able to implement and put in place right now as a nation?
Well, there's a lot. We have to start from the grassroots. Back again to what I've been saying about AI appreciation. We need to let the people know. Back to sensitization. We need to sensitize. The government really doesn't need to do so much. Just set the ball rolling and you'll be amazed at what will come. Wherever the government can, they create the enabling environment. But that initial sensitization, if we can do it massively, I believe my people, they are doing great out there. They will do even greater here. So let the government get the ball rolling. Even not just government, individuals can do it, people can do it, companies can do it. Just organize this in free seminars, free webinars, people attend, and you sensitize them, and they take it up from there.
Okay, so we need to be solution-oriented now if you're looking
Definitely.
at it moving forward.
Definitely.
Using your upcoming seminar, because you mentioned free webinars, seminars, using your upcoming seminar as a case study now,
Okay.
if you had to align like 3 key priorities that Nigeria should focus on right now, moving towards prosperity, because we must move towards that prosperity gap. We must like close the gap. So what are the top three key priorities that we must have to gain that?
Well, we should prioritize reforming our educational system. We should prioritize teaching the teachers.
Teaching the teachers.
So we're looking at our educational system, we're looking at the curriculum, but who will teach the curriculum? The teachers. The teachers don't know. So we need to prioritize that. We need to have programs that will train these trainers so that they can then pass on the knowledge. And then invest in an enabling environment. That's it.
Okay. On the last note, at its core, what can Nigeria do? How can they move from potential to prosperity? Because I mean, it's nice that we have all these conversations, but how can we truly move? Because I think that tech is catching up faster. In other words, I've started implementing all these things. Thank God we have ChatGPT. Like you said, some people don't even know that you can use ChatGPT, and it's free. So what can Nigeria basically do to move from potential? That's where we are in the raw stage to more like, you know, a booming economy.
Well, we're already evolving. AI is evolving really, really fast. In fact, the rate of AI evolution is unprecedented, even in the Western world. Even they are trying to catch up. And Nigeria is still lagging behind, still trying to kickstart. What Nigeria needs to do at this point is to start up something, start up programs, start up AI appreciation programs, start up youth empowerment programs in this direction. I'm not saying they shouldn't do youth empowerment program in other directions as well, but we're massively lagging here. So start up youth empowerment programs to train them on how to use these AIs. They don't even need massive equipment. If we start to train our youths, educate them in this direction, I think the sky is the limit. And then get them to move on from there.
Thank you. So I was going to ask, what's your contribution to moving Nigeria from prosperity, from nothing to prosperity? Just like in terms of your contribution, because I know you're obviously contributed to, you know, training young people and things like that, practically.
Yeah. So my personal contribution is I've been training. Even before I left Nigeria, I've been training. Right there when I'm still training, I do a lot of webinars. I think sometime around middle of last year, I did a free introduction to web development training because I'm a software developer. Nice. So I train people on how to build softwares and websites and stuff like that. Now I'm already training people as well on how to use AI and how to embed AI into even software development. Now people can write codes, people can build full websites without even knowing how to write serious codes. So I'm also training people on how to do all of that. So yeah, I don't have an upcoming webinar already aligned, already programmed, but I'm having something soon. I'm going to have something soon. And it's always free. My webinars, my trainings are always free. Nice. That's my personal contribution. I've been doing it from Nigeria. Right now in the UK, I'm still doing it over there. And I'm doing it for Nigerians. So
well, I was going to say, okay, so they can reach out to you on Instagram if they want to get more details.
On Instagram, but I'm not active.
But you're active on LinkedIn.
So, thank you. So that's what most professionals are at the moment. I'm on LinkedIn. So they can reach out. At Superman. Yeah. So if they reach out to me, I'm very responsive there. Always happy to help. I can guide them and then take it up from there. I mentor people as well. So
I know there are a lot of people that need that skill. Even people that are already established in fields that want to switch to AI and make more money. Because when you think of the jobs that are in the market now, it's YouTube automation, it's AI, it's copywriting. There are certain specific jobs that are in high demand, and it's nice that we can, you know, pay attention to it and sort of leverage from it. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem.
Thank you so
Happy
much
to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
all right. Moving on to our next conversation, we know that Nigeria is also rich in resources, potential, but many Nigerians, that potential has yet to translate into real-day prosperity from, of course, uncertainty and growing economic struggles. A lot of young people are dealing with the life that is Nigeria.
So the question actually remains, why is the gap between what we have and what we experience? Still talking about potential and then the results. The gap is just a wide margin and how we can enclose that.
All right. Our guest, Dr. Christian Nwane, will be on the show, humanitarian entrepreneur and global development leader. We'll have him right after this break. Don't go anywhere.